The gym feels electric, like a storm about to break. A 16-year-old kid is soaring through the air, dunking like he's already an NBA superstar. The crowd loses its mind, scouts scribble furiously, and sneaker reps circle like vultures. But what no one tells you is this. For every cheer in that gym, there's a family about to walk straight into a nightmare. Everyone wants a piece of him. The AAU coach promising exposure, the prep recruiter dangling scholarships, the sneaker brand flashing free gear. To the family, it feels like destiny knocking, but to the system, it's just another transaction. The YouTube highlights explode, the hype machine spins faster, and the dream feels unstoppable. Yet in the shadows, the countdown to heartbreak has already begun. You've heard about the stars who made it, the Zions, the Durants, the Embiids. But you haven't seen the wreckage, the kids who disappear without a trace, the parents left bankrupt, the fake prep schools that were nothing but scams. The machine doesn't stop, and the casualties are everywhere. Subscribe right now because what I'm about to show you will shatter the way you see basketball forever. Prep schools are packaged like golden tickets, shiny and irresistible. Parents are told it's the only fast track with better training, better exposure, better everything. Slick recruiters wave promises like candy, dangling NBA dreams like they're guaranteed. But for every Montverde success story, there's a Bishop Sycamore scam waiting in the shadows. The pitch is always polished. Daily weight training, national travel, Nike or Adidas gear, the illusion of structure. Families see their kid in a branded hoodie and think they've already been drafted. Recruiters whisper the names of Durant, Carmelo, Embiid like gospel, and parents eat it up. But what they don't whisper are the names of kids who vanished, forgotten, because they bought the same lie. Here's the ugly truth. Some prep schools barely exist. No real classrooms, no teachers, just rented gyms with basketballs bouncing. Families sell cars, drain savings, even take out second mortgages to pay for a dream that has no foundation. When it all collapses, the school disappears, the recruiters vanish, and the players are left with nothing but a highlight tape that nobody cares about. This isn't just basketball, it's a billion-dollar chessboard. Shoe companies secretly bankroll entire prep programs to buy loyalty before a kid even learns to drive. ESPN's prep showcases rake in more views than actual NCAA games, lining the pockets of networks. The players are the product, but they're the only ones not getting paid. AAU coaches double as recruiters, sliding into homes with scholarship promises that evaporate under scrutiny. Some prep schools act as brand pipelines with Nike, Adidas, and Under Armour battling like gang bosses. 14-year-old kids become pawns in billion-dollar brand wars, and most don't even realize they're being drafted into a business before a league. Parents believe because hope is a powerful drug, and the salesmen know it. Behind the curtains, it's pure backroom politics. Handshake deals at hotel lobbies, envelopes passed under tables, and promises that vanish after signatures dry. Every highlight clip is used as leverage. Every tournament becomes a marketplace of flesh and future. Hype is the real currency. It sells sneakers, tickets, TV ads. But hype also kills careers, and once you're chewed up by the machine, there's no refund. Yes, the dream is real, but only if you're chosen. Joel Embiid left Cameroon for Montverde and became an MVP. Kevin Durant and Carmelo Anthony turned prep years into superstardom. Prep schools hold the keys, but the locks only open for a select few. For the majority, it's a nightmare disguised as opportunity. Kids discover too late their school isn't accredited, making them NCAA ineligible. Suddenly, the scholarships vanish like smoke and the recruiters stop answering calls. A lifetime of sacrifice collapses in a single letter from the NCAA. Picture this for a moment. You're 17. You've given everything to the game, your mornings, your nights, your body. And then you realize you've been scammed. Your diploma isn't real, your options are gone, and your dream is dead before it ever started. Families who once felt chosen now feel conned, left with no plan B. Because in this world, basketball was always plan A through Z, and when that fails, nothing's left but regret. Prep schools push kids like racehorses. 2-a-day practices, endless tournaments, 4-hour bus rides, then back in the gym the next morning. Injuries aren't just possible, they're guaranteed because 16-year-olds aren't built for professional level grind. Some programs don't even hire real trainers, so twisted ankles and blown knees are treated with ice bags and prayers. One bad landing and the kid who was next up is suddenly forgotten. But the damage isn't only physical, it's mental warfare too. Teenagers are thrown into the adult world of pressure, money, and expectations before they can even vote. Their entire identity gets boiled down to one word: baller. And when that identity shatters, they're not just losing basketball, they're losing themselves. What happens to those kids after the lights fade? Depression, burnout, and self-doubt spiral quietly in the shadows, untreated and unseen. No prep school recruiter tells you about the players who quit and never recover. Nobody's making Netflix docs about the ones who washed out, but their scars, both mental and physical, are just as real as the champions we celebrate. Montverde, Oak Hill, IMG. Just saying the names sends chills because their alumni rosters read like NBA All-Star Weekend lineups. Walk through their halls and it's like strolling through a museum of future legends. Jerseys, banners, and highlight reels of kids who made it. These schools are polished pipelines, carefully designed to look like golden roads to the pros. But swing the camera just a little and you'll find the ghost schools. Strip mall gyms disguised as campuses, classrooms that double as storage rooms, and coaches who disappear once the rent check bounces. Kids live in cramped apartments, surviving on fast food while their parents keep wiring thousands of dollars to keep the illusion alive. These programs aren't factories for stars, they're factories for broken promises. The divide is brutal and cruel. One path leads to Madison Square Garden, another to a dead-end street. And here's the nightmare. Most families can't tell the difference until it's already too late. By the time they realize their kid was on the ghost path, the money's gone, the eligibility is gone, and the dream is gone too. You'll be seen by scouts. That's the favorite line in every recruiter's playbook. Parents and players are sold the idea that stepping into a prep uniform is like stepping onto ESPN. And sure, a few mixtapes go viral, a few names trend on Overtime. But exposure without opportunity, well, that's smoke and mirrors. Behind the scenes, for every kid who gets 2 million YouTube views, 50 others are uploading highlight reels nobody ever watches. Scouts don't fly across the country for every game, and they sure as hell don't hand out scholarships just because a kid can dunk. Going viral doesn't mean a college offer. Sometimes it doesn't even mean a callback. And when the hype dies down, most players are left with nothing but dusty clips. The myth is simple but devastating. If you're good enough, someone will find you. But what if you're just good, not generational? What if you peak at 16 and never grow into your frame? Exposure guarantees attention, not success. And attention fades quicker than the dream itself. Parents mortgage their homes, sell their businesses, and drain their life savings just to keep the dream alive. They tell themselves it's worth it because what's a little debt compared to seeing your son in the NBA? But here's the brutal truth. The odds are 0.02%. That's not a chance, that's a lottery, and almost everyone loses. The stories cut deep. A mother works 3 jobs to pay tuition only for her son to blow out his knee in a meaningless tournament. A father sends his boy across the country only to discover the prep school wasn't even real, just a rented gym with fake teachers. Families risk everything, and instead of generational wealth, they end up with generational debt. And the guilt never goes away. Parents lie awake at night asking if they pushed too hard, if they were blinded by false promises, if they sacrificed everything for nothing. They thought they were building a future, but instead they bought into a scam. Drop a comment below if this were your child. Would you risk it all for the dream? Now, yes, there are winners. Zion, Durant, Embiid. Their prep school years weren't scams, they were launch pads. They cashed in, conquered the league, and became icons, but don't get it twisted. Those names are exceptions, never the rule. For every Zion, there are thousands of kids who don't even make it to college ball. They fade into obscurity with nothing but old mixtapes, broken knees, and a diploma no one respects. The prep system chews them up, spits them out, and moves on without a second glance. These kids were once sold as next up, and now there never was. The worst part is that these forgotten players, the ones who sacrificed everything and got nothing back, they are the ghosts standing in the shadows behind every star we cheer for. Their pain is the cost of someone else's highlight reel. So type in the comments right now. Should the NBA be held accountable for the broken bodies left in the prep school pipeline? Prep schools are miracle and mirage, blessing and curse. For a chosen few, they're golden bridges straight to NBA stardom. But for most, they're traps dressed up as opportunity, bait for families desperate for a way out, and when the dream collapses, the silence is deafening. Because this isn't just about basketball. It's about business, power, and exploitation. Families are pawns in a billion-dollar machine they can't possibly win against. Shoe companies, agents, coaches. They profit while kids and parents pay the real price. And nobody at the top is willing to admit the cost. If you're still watching, you know why this story matters. Hit that subscribe button, share this with a friend, and let's keep exposing the truths they don't want you to see. And before you click away, drop a comment. Are prep schools saving kids from the streets, or are they exploiting them for profit? Your voice might just be the spark this conversation needs.